What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 1 of the Game Junction Podcast Extra. And I am currently at war with a fly. So I've got a fly swatter right by me. If anything happens, you guys see it? Exactly. Fly 1, me 0. Because she saw it finally. I thought I was going crazy. I'm like, what is going on? Then I see the fly. And I'm like, ah! I hate flies, so.
Yeah, we'll
Anyway,
see what the total points are at the end of this podcast
yeah.
here. Hopefully he gets on the board because right now it's not looking too good for him.
Not looking good for me. So I think we're gonna so we're just gonna kind of have this podcast as sort of an extra thing with just us to be able to talk. We'll be able to talk about news and various things going on with Game Junction, and then you just kind of having conversations and stuff. So gives us that more free form without the guests to just be us and Battlefly. So you want to talk about too many games and all that stuff, the awesome weekend we had, and it's freaking great.
Yes, you call it awesome. I call it a disaster. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
So anyway, I had both of you guys come out from Ohio. This convention is based in Pennsylvania, which is not extremely far from my place. So the overall goal was to, come on out, just, kind of hang out, take you guys to like all these different places and see what would happen with like filming and pickups and things like that. And then on Saturday, we would go to Too Many Games. So if anyone went to Too Many Games, just let us know in the comments down below. We want to know in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys were there in Pennsylvania, what you guys thought about it, and we'll surely tell you what we think about it. So, essentially, You guys got out here. I guess tell them about the trip. Like, what type of trip was it? Like, was it short? Was it long? What was going on?
It was like, we with stops a little over 7 hours. It was like 6. I don't know. It was a little bit quicker up there, I think, than it was back because I think we made a few more stops. But it was a good drive. I mean, not a bad drive. I think Game Jam South, that drive was maybe a little more rough. That wasn't bad either. But drive up was cool. Kind of a boring drive, if you will. The drive back was much prettier for some reason. We took a different way through West Virginia. But yeah, drive up.
Mountains, roads.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Trees.
Right, there was stuff going on. So we got to like Maryland. There was a lot of construction. I noticed that tons of construction everywhere, and that's all it was. I'm like, I thought Columbus was bad here in Ohio because man, we got construction a good bit. But yeah, here in Maryland, the construction was pretty wild. But yeah, it was a good drive up, man. We had a lot of fun. We made a few stops at a couple places we never been. Tried some different food. Yeah, so it was pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, so we went to a video game store that's near me that I love. They were having their
one, just a random store.
Yeah, they were having their fire sale Friday, so that was a blast. Competing with Too Many Games there.
Yeah. Oh, that was cool. So that was a cool store. I like that store.
Yeah, they have so much more.
They had a freaking. I assume that it was. I don't think I asked you, but they had at least the box, which, if you guys don't know, is gigantic for the TurboGrafx CD, and you don't ever see that. Oh, it's sealed. Oh my god. I'm glad I didn't even ask about the price because you just don't see that. Like, that's just not even a thing you see. So yeah. I mean, that might be. I can't remember. That might be like the biggest video game box, right? Console box.
Yeah, it's pretty massive.
That thing is huge, like bigger than it needs to be because the CD is really not that big. It's a pretty small unit, but yeah, that store is very cool. Saw a lot of awesome things there. Their sale was awesome. Like they had, if you're like picking through stuff, I mean, some of the Nintendo Power that they had there was pretty awesome on sale. And they had a bunch of cool boxes. I picked up a few things there. There was more that I wanted to grab, honestly, and I kind of wish I did. I'm going to do a thing later with this particular cartoon channel down the road that I would like to do. And they had a bunch of those for that.
They still have a bunch left too. I just went in there today, and it looked like they put even more stuff out.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
nice.
so I was in there today, like kind of scooping through. They had put out an Xbox 360 game. It's like Tekken Street Fighter. It came with like the cool little arcade
Yep.
thing that you like build. And then so that was in the box, but the game wasn't. And then they had the big box for a PS Vita game. So I picked that up too because it had almost everything minus like the little
Nice.
casing for it.
You don't know what game it was?
Is it? I'm gonna butcher the name. Here we go already. Is it? It's Mura.
Muramasa?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need that one still. And going for that full Vita set. So down the road I'll get that. I just haven't seen her at a price I want to pay. But that's a cool set. It's a cool one. And that's a good game too. So
Yeah, they said it was like a relatively inexpensive game. It just they didn't have it. So the box, I think I got that for like $5, and it came with like the cool little cloth.
Oh, you picked it up.
The sticker. Yeah, I bought both of those today when I
Nice.
went in there.
Cool.
So I got them for just a couple bucks each. So
heck yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's a good store. They've got a pretty like decent selection of stuff, man. Like a variety. I was seeing like they had some sealed Jaguar games I was very tempted on. I was struggling with that, whether I should get those or not.
Yeah, you went back and forth for probably like a whole hour. That's probably why we spent too long there. Because we didn't make it to the flea market until that almost closed.
Too many minutes there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there was that, but like they had some other cool stuff too. I saw some like boxed TurboGrafx games. You don't see those all the time, so that was pretty neat. I think they had a good chunk of 3DO games, more than most shops, right? Probably like at least.
Yeah, they had a bunch behind the counter. They were like up at the top, like Drug Wars and a few other ones they had.
Yeah. Yep.
Up there.
Yeah, so that was a pretty cool variety. I like seeing that. A decent selection of Vita games, which I mean, to be honest with you, like you can go to stores here and they'll have like specific big game stores, and they'll have like anywhere from 0 to 5 Vita games. Like if you go in there, I used to go in this past year, going to the stores just to find Vita games I didn't have, just for that, and like I would go and they just have none. So that's cool. I love the variety. So shout out to Retro Replay.
Yeah, and shout out to some people in the comments already, so I'll try and hit everyone at once. Let's see what we got. Thinking Inside the Box was laughing earlier about the whole fly. They're probably voting for the fly and not you.
I'm telling you. Right by
me. Stephanie put her hand up because she was at too many games, obviously. And then she said, "On the road again," with the little musical notes.
On the road again.
And then Thinking Inside the Box, it's not pretty now with all the Canadian smoke here. Oh, true. Yeah, it's pretty thick out this way.
Yep, it's going on here too.
And then talking about traffic and construction, Stephanie said, "Welcome to the 95 and 495, where they do, traffic construction forever."
This is like an always thing, right?
Yeah, it's like they move from one project to the next, and when you finally are like, "Yeah, we got this," they move on to the next thing. Then we have Thinking Inside the Box said, "I am pretty sure they love you more, Brandi."
Oh,
was that about the video game?
Probably. Yeah, they do love it.
And then Stephanie said, "Yeah, that Spider-Man is sweet too," and then put the little looking eyes.
Wait, what's Spider-Man?
I don't know. I just filmed Spider-Man, so who knows?
Oh, okay.
Millennial Collector Ohio's in here with the little, howdy thing.
Hey, what's up, man? How's it going, man? Thanks for hanging out.
And then we have 8-Bit Glitch 79 in here. Hey guys, missed ya at Too Many Games. Yes,
man.
So we missed a bunch of people there. I'm a little bit bummed that I didn't get to see quite a few people that I thought, were gonna be there. So
yeah, I actually had wrote down my buddy over at Stone Age Gamer, and he messaged me, and he was there too, and he also only went Saturday. Didn't see. I mean, there was probably I think I told you yesterday, 6 or 7 people that messaged me or that I interacted with that I didn't get to see, and there's been more since. So we missed a lot of people, unfortunately. And it seems like also with some footage when I was looking back, like some of those people were in the footage and we still didn't see them. Like we filmed people that I never saw. So
There they are, right
there they are.
there.
So I
6
did
feet
see you, but I
away.
didn't. Yeah, it's funny. But
Because
yeah,
we were looking at too many games.
we're looking at
Too
too
many
many
games.
games.
Too many people.
Yeah, it was a big convention though. So I mean, it was pretty easy to miss people. Let's be honest. Like it was. There's like big two like sensors attached. It's right, three buildings, two or three buildings together. Like you know what I mean, or
Sure.
sections. Like section. Like I watched a video when the guy was talking like there was two sections of the building last year, and they opened up another one, but they count them as like different
Probably, yeah.
buildings.
I think like
Okay.
the back.
Yeah, that's what I was
Oh,
talking about. So it's pretty massive.
oh, she was talking about the Spider-Man that's hanging in Retro Replay, like from the ceiling. It's like this big.
Oh, yeah,
That's what she was talking.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
she
yeah.
tried to take it home like the first day. She's like, "Hey, you guys are getting rid of that." They're like, "No, we've had it since day one." He's like our security guard. She's like, "How much for the Spider-Man?"
Well, I'm glad that they didn't let you guys take it because you don't even know what a symbiote is. She doesn't even know what a symbiote is. She's behind like 7 Spider-Man movies. She hasn't seen one since Spider-Man 1.
No, I've seen at least 2
I'm just
or
kidding.
3.
Oh,
No, I've seen the new
just kidding.
Spider-Man ones, but well, not the newest.
Well, exactly. There's been like 2 actors since.
Yeah, I'm behind a whole actor, I think.
Oh boy. So you haven't seen any
I
of the
don't even know.
MCU Spider-Man at all? Like No Way Home? You haven't seen that or I mean you probably watched like Civil
Homecoming.
War. Homecoming was the first one with him in it. So yeah, you did.
I saw that one.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, cuz he was in Civil War first, which wasn't a Spider-Man movie, and then he got his own, which is Homecoming.
I think I've seen that one, yeah.
Yeah, you probably have. So yeah, those you've seen them at least. You watched that last animated one, right? The Spider-Verse?
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
yeah.
like
So
that one.
I haven't seen this new one yet either, and we talked about this maybe off camera, I don't remember. But we gotta catch up. We got a lot of catching up to do.
Yes, and we have more people in the chat. So Thinking Inside the Box said I spy the Spider-Man PS4 in the back. And then
Nice.
Todd is in the chat. Hi guys, how are you? Doing well, how are you?
Todd, you was going wild today.
Yeah, he was. He was commenting on everyone's Facebook posts. I kept getting all the alerts.
I saw Baby Got Back.
Yeah, he knows all the words apparently. That is something that we have to quiz him on in person. I want to go to karaoke with him.
Absolutely. I know you won't be at VGS, but I'll be there, and I want to hear some karaoke after VHS that night.
Yeah, that's like prime time. I need to get a video of that.
Yeah, VGS is gonna be pretty sweet. Looking forward to seeing you, Todd. Couple weeks.
We have Mad Astra Gaming in here. Hello, all.
Hey, what's up, Astra?
And then Stephanie was saying, yeah, they opened more halls at Too Many Games.
Halls,
okay. And Thinking Inside the Box said, I am so stoked for Torg. So there are quite a few conventions, up and coming. So we will have to, see which ones we are going to. But right before we jump to our Too Many Games talk, there was, obviously the flea market that we went to when you guys came up this way to go to Too Many Games. And then we went to our buddy Wolf's house. So that was a blast, going there, seeing his game room.
Oh, yeah.
And, just playing the Neo Geo, playing the arcade machine, learning about all of his cool stuff that he has in his collection. So that was really a fun time.
I do want to talk a little on the flea market. I know we haven't put anything out for that yet. But I do want to say I really enjoyed that flea market. They've got a variety of stuff. And if I was like actively collecting like records or any music stuff again, like that store that had everything, it seemed like, had a really good selection of stuff there. Like, I was also going back and forth with some of the shirts, but I knew the convention was the next day. So I didn't do that. And they just had a lot of cool stuff. The game store was really cool. They had dollar games. I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah, wild. And it's all part of the Retro Replay. They got that store.
Awesome. Can you hear me okay?
They don't pass up on any collections. You can come in there with any sort of collection at all, and they will probably buy it from you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome. I really, really liked it. For the series we're going to be announcing, picked up a bunch of games there that were like some filler stuff. They had some other cool stuff too. I mean, like they had some stuff behind the counter. You picked up a few things. We called each other names via video games and pulling them off the shelf. And
It was more like I called you names and you couldn't do anything.
yeah, she said
Like,
she liked to be a bully.
yeah, it was pretty much like this, but like replace a fly with my name, and that's kind of how it was.
It
You
was more like
tried
0 and then like 5.
yeah, like it didn't. We'll have to see if we have any of that footage that we can use.
That was fun though. That was a really good night. But yeah, our buddy Wolf split some pips. We got to go there and yeah, like you said, play some stuff there with the MVS, which is really cool. He's got a really nice collection. He's got a nice game room and space and house in general, and I appreciate him having us over, and letting us film there and stuff. But yeah, it was really fun. We had a great night the night before. I think, I had maybe just as much fun as I did at Too Many Games, if not more, that night. It was a good time. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, we have in the chat we have Millennial Collector Ohio. He was also there. He said Wolf's collection is sweet, awesome dude.
Oh yeah.
And then Stephanie said go Blips, and put a dog for pips. And then we have Mad Astra Gaming saying, "Are either of you going to Cleveland Gaming Classic?"
Yes, we will both be there. Yep.
Yes. When is that again?
That one is, oh Lord, I think that one's in October. Let me look. There's so many. It's been a little bit.
August?
Maybe it's September. Cleveland. Okay, September 22nd through the 24th. So that whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So yeah, we'll be there. I guess I didn't say what we've got coming up. So we've got VGS on July 8th, and this will be like sort of update from us as well to attach in here. Then Final Boss Con July 15th, but caveat is you'll be at Siege, I'll be at Final Boss Con, so you're there. It's 2 days, right, for Siege?
Yes, Saturday and Sunday. But I'm going early. I'm going like Thursday or something so that I can not rush because I need my rest. And the first time I ever went to Siege, so I procrastinate, and I was like, I'm gonna get my car worked on right before I have to hit the road. So I work all morning. I work 5 something to 1 something. Go straight to the car shop.
Yeah.
So I'm at the dealership, and they said it'll only take an hour. I called on the phone. They said only an hour. I said, are you sure? Went back and forth 30 times. They said only an hour. So I get there, and they say it'll be only an hour. So then I sit down, and an hour and a half passes, and I'm like, something doesn't seem right. So I go back in there, and they said, oh, we're not doing the full service. We're only doing the couple things service. And I said, yeah, I didn't agree to that. And they said, oops. So then I go back out in the waiting room, and then they come back in, and they said, I see them kind of not yelling, but they're talking to someone, and they just seem very animated. And next thing you know, I think what happened was they started the really big $300 job on my car.
Okay.
And they didn't get approval or anything from me. I only signed off on the little one. So then they said, we're going to comp everything. We're only going to charge you for the regular service. We did all of this stuff to your car, and it will only be 1 more hour. Well, 2 more hours pass. So by the time I finish up with that, my car is great. It's running smoothly, everything, maintenance, it's great. I saved probably $600. And then I drive down to Southeast Game Exchange, and I don't get there until I think 4:30 in the morning.
Oh wow.
Something wild like that. And then next thing you know, I have to wake up 2 hours later to get ready, and that was rough. Yeah. So we will never do that again.
It's Thursday. I'm surprised about that, with it being only 2 days. Yeah, I'll tell you what, with you saying that, it's a little rough with, especially if you got a long drive for a convention, and then that you have a long day for usually 2 days, sometimes 1 day, sometimes 3 days. I mean, CGC is 3 days. those are not easy. Those are, we deal with some like pain issues and stuff as well. So like that all kind of ties into that, makes it can be rough, especially the no sleep. I don't think I slept like because I kept waking up over there, and I don't do great sleeping at places that like I haven't slept before. If it's not my own bed, so like I didn't
Mm-hmm.
sleep great the whole weekend. I was exhausted. We were all exhausted, and I mean it's a great time, but it is exhausting, and if you're filming and doing stuff, it is work as well. So there's a lot that goes into it. People don't know. But yeah, having that drive that whole day before. I mean, even the drive is rough, right? Like I think
Mm-hmm.
the sitting for the drive, it might be harder than the walking for me sometimes. I get all cramped up in my legs, my back's like all stiff. I'm like, oh my god, we got to stop. I gotta get out and
That's why
stretch
I
my back.
heated seats. They are definitely worth it.
Well, even Thomas, he's got that issue too because he deals with a little bit of pain as well with his back. So it's kind of all relatable with us. We had to keep stopping because it's just, I'm telling you what,
Mm-hmm.
an hour of that. Like, I don't even like to drive to Columbus from my house sometimes because like my back is hurting like hell when I get there. So yeah,
But
but
it definitely saves as opposed to flying
it
because
does.
I mean,
Yes,
like the pros and cons, it's
yeah,
if you fly, you spend a little bit more money, but you get there, so you save that time.
yes,
But you can't bring items back. So if you drive, yeah, it takes a little bit longer, but you get to stop wherever you want. You get a car when you're down there. You don't have to pay for a rental car, an Uber, whatever. You could go wherever you want, whenever you want. You kind of have that like access. You don't
yes.
spend as much on the plane tickets. You just spend a little bit in gas, and then if you buy a big Sega cabinet like me, you have a place to put it. You could just truck on home. But if you did that, then you have to arrange shipping. You have to find someone to take it home. It's
Yeah. I
pros and cons.
haven't I thought so I don't know anything about travel. I've talked about it before, but I haven't traveled for a very long time before Game Jam. So I've never been on a plane. I don't know, how that whole thing works, but I've looked up into the cost of everything. You definitely do save money. Have we
Hmm.
talked about Game On, what we're doing for that? Whether we're gonna be flying out, or I don't even know how long the drive is. I
It'll
assume
have to
it's
be a fly because that seems like a very long
yeah, that would
drive.
be like a 19-hour drive or something crazy, right?
Probably for you. For me, it'd probably be like 84 days.
What? The things you say, I don't even know. 84 days. All right, guys, I won't be able
Yeah,
to make it because it's going to take me 84 days to get there.
it'll take me 5 years to get there. I gotta
Wow.
start driving now.
So I think then Game On will be my
Wrong turn.
wrong turn.
Another wrong turn. She
Oh
missed
god.
the exit again.
Oh boy. We missed some
I
exits. Let me tell
came
you.
on in Arizona. I thought you said New Mexico.
I thought you said California.
I thought you said Florida.
Thomas said Brandy's taking a wooden wagon.
Yeah. What are we playing of? What is that? Oregon Trail or
Oregon
something?
Trail,
Live
yeah.
from
I'll
the
bring
Coast
I'll bring
Guard
the
or
I'll
something?
bring the game.
I'll be in the little buggy on the side of the road. People will
You
be
what
passing
is
me
it? Hold on. You
beeping.
died at the century. That's what it
Yeah.
is, right? The century.
Yeah, or whatever it is.
Yeah, Matt Astro said I travel 40 weeks a year. I'm only home 1 week a month. Stayed in the same hotel 150 nights 1 year. Wow. Whew, that's rough.
That's a lot.
But
Yeah.
if you stay at nice places, I mean, and you're a single person and all that stuff, that it could be a pretty decent living, I'm sure. Stephanie said, "Yeah, that's you. GPS is on, and you still miss the exit." Listen, I
We get me all
still
riled up and we're talking about things, and next thing you know, I'm not paying attention, and everyone wants to have a conversation in the car. So next thing you know, I'm just chatting it up, and then I'm like, oh, there's
you
the
about
exit.
killed us. You about killed us with that turn. I thought we were gonna die. First of all, you was rough on them turns. I haven't
Yeah,
got
I
to
was
drive
like,
with Stephanie yet. I want to because she talks so much crap about your driving, Stephanie. She's like, you don't want to drive with her. If you drive, you'll die.
it's like stop and go, stop and go, stop and go,
Oh boy,
stop and go. And I'm like this the whole time.
that doesn't sound good either. It's like almost die or have a broken back after the drive.
But did we die? Did we die?
No, we didn't, but we almost did. It was pretty rough. I'm still have PTSD from that. That Asher said, "Oh no, I'm married. $2.17.15. Been married 18
nice.
years. Wow,
That's dedication to the job.
It is.
Dedication to the job. A lot of people actually do that.
They do.
We know quite a few people who do like the driving, and it's like really good money, and you get to travel around the world, see different places, and experience different things. It's a pretty decent living, and
yeah,
you can kind of make your own work hours and do your own stuff. And
yep, I know a lot of people that travel, especially people that are like working for like a big business and stuff like that. A lot of people love it too. I can see the appeal for that, definitely. Get to see different places all the time. I mean, yeah, for sure. We got V said, "How very hangover of you." I'm not sure on that one. Is that like a reference to the driving? It sounds like a reference to the driving.
Or the movie.
Yeah. Stephanie said, "Dramatic and exaggerating." Oh, yeah.
She's just sensitive when it comes to her driving. She's sensitive.
Oh,
so
boy.
I must have struck a nerve or something. Yeah. Oh, but did you die? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Exactly. Did you die? No.
But did you die? Did you die?
We all made it.
Yeah, we all made it.
Man, there was one time that I do remember. We were like, you know how like there's like a whole exit and then there's like a straightaway? We went over to the exit and then I was like, oh crap.
Yes, I know. I was like, this is illegal. I think this is illegal. You did it like in the mid part of it. You ain't supposed to do this. I'm about to call the cops on you. Oh,
look,
man.
Stephanie just messaged me and said, I'm really not that bad.
Oh, dude, we're just messing, Stephanie. I'm sure you're a fine driver.
She had to message me, not in the chat.
You could have told us in the chat. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, I know I got a fly swatter. I'm a pretty good guy. Just don't like flies. It's still 1-0. I'll tell you what, I haven't heard or seen the fly for a minute, so
yeah. But
who knows? She might join us again. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I mean it was awesome weekend. I think like I said, that night before was really cool going to Wolf's. That was nice. It was nice to be able to go and stop at your guys' house for the first time and get to hang out at your place, and you were both really good friends, so it was cool to get to see that. You both have awesome collections. Wolf has a really nice setup. He's got like a separate room for his PC and recording, which is really cool. I love that. I mean, I wish mine
was like connected. That would be ideal.
Yeah, because he's got his door just open there, and he's got a whole separate room. Can close the door if there's any sound issues, and yeah, it's got a perfect setup in there. It's all soundproofed, and yeah, I mean, really, really cool collection. Variety of systems. He really, loves what he buys. It seems like he's really passionate about a lot of that stuff. So we're looking forward to putting that out, but definitely shout out to him and go check his channel out, Blips and Pips. Puts out really awesome stuff. And he just did one. What was it I saw today? Did you see that? He just dropped a new video.
I have to watch it after this. There were a couple that I saw.
Yeah, so he just dropped new videos, so definitely go check his channel out. Puts out really, really cool and awesome stuff. So I think we can probably again start talking about Too Many Games itself then. If you want to get into that. Reliving Retro, hey, what's up? How's it going?
Hey. Oh, I see that they messaged me, I think. So after this I'll have to respond.
Oh my gosh. Brandi, my phone is sending you look at this. It's typing you messages while it's sitting in my lap. It's listening to me. This is what happens to me all the time. I get people get random messages from me, and this is what happens every time. Also,
you're literally recording the entire podcast and gonna send it to my phone, and it's gonna break because it's gonna be too many words.
Hilarious.
Too many games, too many words.
You see what we did there? That's funny. Oh crap! I accidentally hit send on that one. Yeah. So if you ever get a message from me, it might be either my phone did it by itself or my watch likes to mess up words when I tell it to send text because it's just more convenient when I'm driving or at work or whatever. You'll get like screwed up messages from me and all kinds of stuff being like, oh, hey, I just washed my feet for the 13th time. something weird like that. My watch just has a mind of its own. We
Yeah,
got
Millennial
good.
Collector Ohio saying his watch did it to me in the car, and then thinking inside the box said transcribed as evidence. And then Millennial Collector said he's always spying.
Always spying. I'm telling you, Apple has a thing for me. They've always been watching me for a long time. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was cool getting. We got to see Reliving Retro, meet them there. Not too many games. That was cool.
Yeah, there were quite a few people there. I know that we missed tons of people though, but
tons,
overall we did, we kind of like went in there, we did our thing, bought some really cool things that are going to, come out on my channel. I got tons of Super Nintendo games. I got some really cool display items, store displays.
Yeah, like
that
cool
was
like Pringle promo thing. That was really cool.
Yeah.
I have family members that are like, what's actually inside those? Like, you
surprise, it's nothing.
It's a surprise. Yeah, it was freaking hilarious. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I do want, before we actually, well, I guess it is essentially part of it. But we dropped the video, and we're really proud of that video. And we had a lot of fun doing that. I mean, that was, just us being, pretty honest about some of the stuff there. And a lot of people pointed that out in the comments. Tons of comments about that. Being honest about conventions, I suppose, is what the majority of it was, and like prices and stuff. What do you kind of think on that? Because I know we're kind of in the same mind with it.
Yeah, because most of the time, if you get invited out to a convention, we didn't. But if you do, most people say, "Oh, it was an awesome time. It was a blast, whatever." But no one's going to say like what the entry fee was, if it was worth it, if it's, upcharged since previous years, if they've really added different things since previous years.
Yeah.
It's just, there's so many different like aspects when it comes to these conventions, and we appreciate them. They do a good job for, all the amount of people and getting the celebrities and all the different things. But essentially, if you're only going there to game hunt, you have to find a way to make that money back. If you're going to stay all day and play the arcades, play the games, meet and talk with people, game hunt, see the celebrities, the wrestling rings, all that like cool stuff, the panels and all of that, then you make sure that you get there early enough so that you get your money's worth. But if you're not staying late for the concerts and seeing those, bands and things like that, it's like, how do you get your money's worth in other ways? So we just pretty much were just talking about that. And then when you go around the vendor hall and then you speak with some of those people and they say that, they upcharged the amount that they charge vendors, and then you see vendors selling video games for like 50% more than what eBay goes for. Like if the game's selling for 60, you'll see it at a couple tables for like 30, 40, 50, but then you'll see it like $150 or like $200 or something somewhere, and you're like, who is paying these prices? Like, this is insane. I can buy it, get it shipped to my house, guaranteed, tested and everything, all shipped to my house for way cheaper.
Yeah. No, I mean 100%. So it's crazy. Ed just put in here, well, Reliving Retro, $65 for just Saturday. It's crazy. I think I paid $95 for the 3-day pass. So that's one thing we actually didn't talk about is 3-day pass is $95, but $65 for 1 day. Where is the math on the 3 days? And I'm confused. Because, like, that doesn't make any sense. That price difference doesn't make any sense. 1 day, that sounds like that 1 day should have been like 35 or 40. If you want, like, that 3-day pass to be, where you're saving a little bit of money by buying it that way or whatever, so it's kind of appealing, then that's what it should have been. Even that, I mean, it's high for a convention. Like, $30 is, you know what I mean? So it's, and I think what was, we talked about in the video, but I don't think I really explained kind of how frustrated I was about this part, is that it's advertised as $60. We paid with cash. We go in there, and it's like $5 and some change more. Like
processing fee.
Processing fee for cash.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes no sense at all. Like, there's no logic in that. There's no logic in the pricing. and just being honest about that, like I don't quite understand that. And of course, I want all these events to succeed because we love them. I mean, we love them.
Mhm.
Critical feedback is needed because like we like it. We like getting constructive criticism. So
Mhm.
I would love to see it. Because that past years I've heard awesome things. People have always
Yes.
loved Too Many Games. It's always been like a massive event in the community. Like I've been well aware of it probably since like the inception. I mean, it's been a big thing in the community for a long time, but there were a lot of things with that, and it's just like that was one thing. And I asked them like what the $5 for was for. I guess they told Thomas processing fee. Me, they said something else like I forget what they said, but it was something else. Like there wasn't even like they didn't even know apparently. Like there was two things told about that. I was like very confused on that. I think another thing that I think we mentioned this in the video as well. But like some of the people working the convention were kind of rude. Um, weren't
Yeah.
very nice. Now I'm not saying everybody because somebody that works for the event stopped and talked to me, and he's an awesome guy. Very kind. He helps with some of the stuff at the event. I would kindly tell him, here's what maybe I think change for next year, or maybe
Mhm.
work on. Still, definitely not saying anything bad, but we had like tried to go out, and there's like no exits, and it's massive. You got like one exit for a huge building, a huge parking lot. So we're like parked all the way on the other end by what we thought and looks like the actual entrance, right? Like it looked like an entrance when we were
And it
there.
says exit only, but then they won't even let you go out those doors, and then they want to argue with you
Yeah.
and say no, you can't, and like stand guard at the door so that you can't even just take your items out of the convention to the car. You have to go all the way down, go
Yeah,
all
that
the
was
way to your car, then walk all the way back, and they only let you in, and you have to go through the arcade every single time. Like they like funnel you in there,
yeah.
and it's like, but what if you don't want to go to the arcade, or what if you don't want to get bumped into all those people and you just want to,
Yeah.
go back? That's just that was not cool, you know.
Yeah, so like okay, Stephanie just said I'll check the comments as well cuz they're coming in quite a bit, but Stephanie said about safety code on that. I would think that as well. That seems like a fire hazard. That seems like
Yeah.
that would not be up to code. So I don't know about that. I can't speak on that. I don't know how the laws are there, but I do know here for like an event of that size, there would have to be like 6 entry exit points, or at least exit points, I believe it is. So like, and I'm just guessing. I know for like the square footage. So um, I don't know. I mean, that was kind of wild. It was weird because like that lady was sitting where we were trying to get out and let me out to go outside real quick, no problem, and let me back in. But then we go there like an hour later and she won't let us go out. I'm like, here's what I'm thinking in my head. What about the people that are buying big items? What if somebody bought that massive tails? What do you want us to do? Like you want this person to carry this gigantic thing all the way around. You're all the way at the end of one vendor spot here. You want to go out, you gotta go all the way down there. You want to walk all the way back. Like the whole thing,
Yeah.
if you're there to shop, was just not, just didn't make sense. You know what I mean? Compared to the tons of other conventions we've both been to, it seemed like that might be something to change for next year. I think that should probably be kept in mind, just for the better of the event. We definitely want to succeed, but there was definitely some other stuff. What's some other things that happened there at Too Many Games for
Yeah,
us?
so Stephanie's saying, yeah, $65 to walk around. I'm not a collector, only a supporter, but thanks to Monster for the drinks. There was Reliving Retro said some of the game prices were insane. Some guy was charging $550 for Wild Guns. Then I almost considered buying it for $315, but then at the very next booth I got it for $199. So like you could just see that like $199 or $550, like that's a huge difference.
Yeah, and I saw that
Someone
too. I
said,
saw somebody have. Oh, sorry, not to interrupt you. Just to add to that, I mean, I saw that a bunch. Like I bought, what was it? There was a PS3 game which I haven't shown any of that yet, but found it for 5 at one booth that I picked up there, and they had it for 35. Actually, I saw it 3 times. It was like 20, 35, or 40. So it was like a huge difference, like from 40 to $5. Like what is going on here? And there was bigger ones too. Like the jumps on those prices,
yeah,
crazy. Yeah, yeah, that
it
was
was
wild.
wild.
So
And
yeah,
then we,
we Ed said, is it under new management or something this year? I'm not sure
Mhm.
about that. I'm not sure. I haven't kept up with some of the stuff with that just because I haven't been, and I'm not sure. I know there used to be some YouTubers involved with the event that may not be anymore just because I know they weren't there, so I'm not sure with that, but who knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I mean the jump on prices. Can we also talk about this? This is just an in general thing. I totally get a vendor wanting like their booth to like look cool or something, but it seems like maybe bring something that's not like looks like it's for sale just to sit there and sell. And they're like, oh yeah, that's $2,500, like just to set it up there. Like maybe you should bring stuff there that like you might sell if like somebody made a decent offer or something that doesn't look like it's for sale instead of putting all this really cool stuff, getting people excited. And I'm like, I've been looking for that. Come on, man. 2,500. I'll give you $10.
Yeah. Definitely a crazy experience with that. The whole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
But
did not expect to see it like that.
I mean, I can tell you were pretty shocked. And then I got a little upset there because it was just like it was rough with some things there. The $65, that was just crazy. I've been we both been to pretty big events, and obviously you've been previous years. But man, let me tell you, the amount of people that seemed like they were intentionally like running into me or like hitting my shoulders was kind of frustrating. It seemed like people might have been a little more on edge or rude or just didn't care this year with that. I don't know. It's been a long time since I had to deal with that at an event. Usually people are very, very, very nice to each other that are, attendees. But
Mhm.
we got Steven Tech Buzz saying it's a Ahmer.
Yeah.
Oh boy. What's up, Steven? Thanks for coming in, man. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was a heck of a weekend. So I was pretty excited about this. Actually, one of my favorite things. I got some Toxic Crusader slime. We both thought that we lost our chance of getting that because it was supposed to be at just another event and like exclusive. But we got slime. However, there's a caveat. I can't find my slime. So
It might
somebody
still be
stole
here.
she stole my slime. She wanted to have a
No,
double so she could play with one. I know it
no,
happened.
I think it was left here.
Oh, it was left there and you didn't tell me when I freaked out earlier.
No,
Was
I
like
just went
really upset.
downstairs earlier and I saw one with your T-shirt that you left.
Okay. All right. So my slime has been secured. It's all good. I was very excited about that because I love Trauma and I love Toxic Crusaders and I also love the previous game that they made. So I'm looking forward to that game like big time. We both really like beat 'em ups. It looks like it looks like a really really good game. Like it looks beautiful. It's like it's gonna be a
Mhm.
lot of fun. Probably more of the same sort of thing from the previous game, but I'm super excited. I'm glad I got that slime.
Yeah.
Nothing to say about that. You just sitting there staring at me.
Now you went off on this whole entire tangent about losing that, and
I was upset. I was
I was like,
upset.
we're gonna have to make a thing up here
Oh,
where
for
it'll be
slime too.
slime and then you.
I thought you took it because you wanted to play with one of them. You're like, I'm gonna keep one sealed and I'm gonna play with the other.
No, I think I did get to anyway.
Yeah, I did too because I got my daughter one, but they're both missing. I don't have either. So
Oh, I think there's only one here.
yeah, I don't know. I grabbed one for her too because she loves slime. So and
Yeah, Stephanie got one and then ended up not wanting it. So
so you got two slimes.
yeah,
You rip
so
off
I don't need
artists.
your slime.
I don't need yours. I already got some slime. What's the voice? I already forget. But she does this thing to me, and it's like rah, 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 rah. Whatever you were doing all weekend. I'm like, what is wrong with this lady? Like, am I gonna get murdered here? Oh
It's
man.
like my whole imitation. It's what I feel like you sound like at that moment.
Yeah, and it's good too, and it's also like it's her thing. Like she's making fun of me all weekend. I'm like, man. Oh,
You'll just have to watch the videos.
yeah, you have to
Watch the
watch. It
videos.
was so much fun. I'm gonna see if we miss. I can't actually see the full thing of comments, just the recent ones. But it looks like Vinny to the K said, "My girl and I got slime too. LOL, we played a bit of the game and then noticed the free slime on the barrel. Yeah, game's awesome. Yeah, it was free
Nice.
slime. They were just giving it away, so that was cool too. Tech Buzz said, but did you meet Woodhawker? You know what's funny about that? We did not, and I wasn't doing like any of the meet and greets. None of us were interested in doing that necessarily. But I did not see. I didn't see him. I didn't see Spawn Wave, which I would have liked to have just said hi to or whatever. But didn't see him. And then who was the other? There was somebody else too that we didn't see. Was supposed to be there, or I don't know. We didn't see him. I mean, we were there, for a long time.
Yeah, there were like a couple things set up. I don't know if they were like only like a one day, all days. Not really too sure.
Well, Spawn Wave, I believe, was there Saturday. He posted this funny video, and I showed Thomas on the way home. It's hilarious where he's with the guy that voices Solid Snake, and he did a video like saying something about like RGT sucks. He like had to make a video about that. It was really funny. It was just like 7 seconds long. He's like, "Hey, voice of Solid Snake here. I'm here to let you know that RGT 85 sucks." Oh boy, that was hilarious. Stephanie said, "It's not. Don't encourage her." Oh, I can see the previous one. The previous comment there. We got Thomas saying, Steven said he's probably too cool for school. Thomas said, I seen Wood as soon as we walked in. That was it. Okay, so I didn't know that he saw him there at all. So he was there Saturday. Vinny to the K, I really wanted to get my Sonic Adventure 2 soundtrack record signed by the dude from Crush 40, but I wasn't able to. I did get to, me and Thomas both got to talk to one of the guys from Crush 40. And Tech Bus said, I do enjoy watching beat 'em ups. Yeah. Yeah, it makes pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was there was a lot going on there. They had like the whole section from the meet and greets. I was very surprised with the one panel that they had by the wrestling ring, which we didn't talk about on here. We did talk about in the video. So definitely go check out the video because it's really awesome. We're super proud of it. And we talk a little bit about that there. They did like a Super Smash. Oh, go ahead.
We're going to have more too, from that.
Yes. Yeah, we'll have a few more videos coming out from that as well. So I don't want to spoil everything, but yeah, they had a pretty big size panel hall. I think they had a few of those. Arcade games were pretty cool that they had. Played some of those. So overall, good weekend. We had some gripes, but it is what it is.
Yeah, well, let me go grab something real quick, and I'll be back in like 2 seconds.
Okay, she's gonna go grab something real quick. So we've got Vinny to the K. Y'all didn't go to the concert Saturday night though. It was so packed. We did not get to go to the concert Saturday night. We left because we had other stuff to do. There was a lot going on. I mean, we had to, a drive the next day, so. So yeah, I mean, it was, there was a lot happening, so it was pretty cool. I do think that I heard some stuff about the arcade that I guess maybe the arcade was potentially smaller, or people were complaining about the selection. But I saw some pretty cool stuff there, so I thought that was awesome. But the walking through the arcade to come in every single time was just like not ideal for sure. Tech Buzz, I heard it was super expensive. I couldn't justify driving all that way and paying that ridiculous. Yeah, so you just missed it. We talked about it. It was $65 for us to get in just Saturday, which we talked about in the video and just talked about previously, but it was pretty wild. There's a lot going on there, which was crazy. I mean, like the event, there was no reason for it to be $65. I just don't understand on that. I will say there was a lot of vendors that brought a lot of really cool stuff. Some of it was just significantly overpriced, which is unfortunate because I saw a lot of really cool things, a lot of things you don't see. And there were a ton of really good things that I had to pass on just because of the price. It was just like stuff you just don't see. So the selection from vendors was awesome. And if you're looking for filler stuff, they had it there. I will tell you there was a vendor that had, now they were all filler titles, sort of. There were good games in there, like some AAA stuff mixed in. There was a vendor that had everything in, like, he had like 12 totes. I mean, I'm talking Famicom, NES, Xbox 360, PS3. They were all $1. I'm like, beautiful. This works perfect for the series I'm working on. So I grabbed like 5 games out of that bundle of stuff that they had. So that was cool. Like there were vendors that had good stuff mixed in. It was just, you had to really dig and look, which I know a lot of us collectors do enjoy. It is just quite unfortunate though that everything being priced at eBay price, that is not just for this event. That happens pretty frequently, unfortunately. However, it was just like very significant here. So, hey, what's up, Deactive? How's it going tonight? Tech Buzz, you need to come to my arcade. We are coming, Steven. I promise you, I want to come really bad. We'll have to figure out what time will work best. I know Thomas would love to come up too. We could film and hang out and check out the arcade. But yeah, we definitely want to come up there, man. We got to plan that real soon. It's going to be fun. Lineal Collector, yeah, I recorded a good amount of 120 to 130 games for 199 and up. Wow. And then scratch loose discs for complete in box prices, which I saw that as well. I saw a lot of that as well. And then Deactive also said, hope all is well in here. Hey, man, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Welcome back, Gamer Ahmer.
It's Ahmer.
Ahmer.
Said someone wanted to say that I pronounced my name wrong, and
You
my
do.
great-great-grandpappy pronounces it wrong.
It's obviously pronounced wrong. It's obviously Gomer.
Yeah, so we're just gonna change it to Ahmer, just to confuse everyone.
Yeah, just to confuse everybody. Yeah, I was just kind of, wrapping up a little bit there. Just kind of overall thoughts. But definitely check out the video because we talk more about it there, and we've got more coming. So definitely stay tuned.
Yes.
And if you haven't, give us a subscribe because it helps us out a lot. And yeah, we appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Everybody coming in. We're getting a lot of new people in here tonight. See 3 people here just in the last like 10 minutes. But yeah, I mean, we can. What's that? It's so funny.
The Tech Buzz Gaming said, "Hey Brandi, I need to see some receipts. You're slacking on submitting them. Since people like to track my spending and what I buy video game stuff on."
More power. You know what? I'm trying to see receipts too. I came over and did not see a single receipt. Not one. Not one receipt.
They're all stored.
She's
all
wild.
Stored.
She stores her receipts for income tax season.
Well, you have to for like insurance purposes and stuff. And apparently there should be like a website that I create where I upload all of my spending habits for my video games.
That's just
and then that way I can let everyone know who's interested in what I actually buy and how much I spend on the items, because that's what apparently we're supposed to do.
Imagine having the time to care about something like that. I just want the time to care. Let alone the time to actually go and look at somebody's spending. Get out of here. Yeah, people are wild. That really is a thing, though. That does happen to you.
Yeah.
Just crazy to me, but...
You gotta love it. You gotta love people.
You do gotta love it. Ed says, let's see it. Tech Buzz says, people, ... Stephanie, oh, I'm interested for sure.
Everything is $5. Yes, it is! Everything is $5!
Wait, what?
I only paid $5 for that. You've never used that saying, like, back when I lived at home with, like, my parents, my mom would see me come in the door with video game stuff, and she'd be like, what'd you spend your money on? And I'd be like, it was only $5.
Oh,
and, like, the running joke is if something were to happen, she'd be outside at a yard sale selling, like, Earthbound Complete in Box for $5. All my kiosks for $5.
That's a thing, too. That's happened to me. So I was telling Thomas this too on either the drive up or the drive back. My whole entire binder. So at the time, I know it was the Pokemon Fossil set. So it was all the original release cards, everything, including 3 first edition Blastoise, 2 Charizard. No, there's only one with Venusaur, but anyway, all the cards, including extras, they all got sold for $15, all in the bundle from my mom.
Man, well, it's better than, at least she sold them. My mom just threw away the Sega Genesis that we had with like a whole big box of like just games. Just threw it all in the trash. Oh, I didn't know y'all played that. Just throw it away.
I'd be, I'd be doing good with that. I'd have some stored money from those card sales. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that one still gets to me to this day because that was one where she thought I was selling like particular cards. Like I had some cards I was selling and had it out there. Nope, sold the whole thing. Like I still was buying Pokemon cards. I was still a kid. Like I was still like actively buying the cards. So that's why it's still like I have PTSD, trauma. I see a therapist and everything for it. I mean, it's crazy. It affected my whole life. Like I'll never be the same.
Video games and Pokemon are life, apparently. Yeah, you
According
heard
to
it here
you,
first.
yeah, you heard it here first.
You heard it here first. According to us, video games are life. And you
Oh
can never
boy,
have too many games.
Scott Squatch is giving you a bit of a hard time about that one. Like I love video games; they're everything to me. They're my whole life. I sleep with them in bed. I wake up and eat
Yeah,
breakfast with
the
Earthbound sitting
Mario
by me.
statue. Not a
Uh,
good cuddler. Not a good cuddler.
could you imagine?
But he's the yeah. Could you imagine if I just drove like in that one lane that you have, like you're supposed to have like a person in like the travel lane, and
Yeah.
like I get pulled over and there's like Mario statue in the passenger seat. Like
It's just my
I'm
buddy
sorry,
Mario.
officer. I thought that was a person.
Oh God! That said, who cares
It'd
about?
be like an episode on hoarders or my life in gaming or something. That's where you'll see me at.
Listen. I'm telling you that she would sleep in that bed with that Mar. I'll be honest with you. I probably would too. Oh my goodness, that Mario's beautiful. Ed said, "Who cares about a politician's tax documents? Let's see Brandy's receipts."
Yeah, that is a hot topic.
It's a hot topic right now. It's trending on Twitter. Literally, Brandy's receipts is trending on Twitter right now as we are
Yeah, let's
talking.
make that happen.
Let's make it happen. Let's do it. Let's everybody just tweet hashtag Brandy's receipts. Let's see what happens. Let's see how many hashtags we get.
Hashtag who's gamer aimer.
Who's gamer aimer? Hashtag Brandy's receipts. Hashtag sleeps with Mario. It's like that TikTok meme. How much did you pay for that? They gave it to me. They gave it to you? Yeah, they gave it to me. They just walked up and gave it to you?
Yeah, I love that.
That's funny. Yeah, it was free.
It's so perfect.
It was free. Plus $15. Hashtag Brandy's receipts. Oh, goodness.
Yes.
People are wild, man. And please don't ever ask a YouTuber to prove their spending habits or their not spending habits. Let's just like chill. Everybody just chill.
I do this because, I want to educate and help people and, so it's like when you get harassed over certain things, it's like I could just disappear into the world. I mean, I couldn't, but I could disappear, and it's like, would that really be better? Gamer Aimer
$5 $5. That's funny. Yeah, there's more serious stuff going on in the world, so come on. Just calm down, guys.
Yeah.
It's all good.
But we do have some upcoming conventions. I know we briefly talked about some of them, but our next big one, so you have Chicago.
Yes.
In like 2 weeks?
Not this weekend, but next. So it'll be that Saturday, which is the 7th, I want to say.
I was trying to go. I think it's going to be a little tough with some family things that I have planned.
I mean, stuff comes up. There's other things more important than conventions, so it's understandable. But yeah, that one will be July 8th, not the 7th. So that one is in Chicago.
Yes.
And
then
like we said before, the Final Boss Con / Siege is also going on one of those days. So you'll be there. I'll be at Final Boss Con. Then what do we have after that?
2 weeks later, we have Southern Fried in Georgia.
Yes.
So I'll be going to the South Carolina. You'll be in Ohio that weekend. And then 2 weeks later, we both go to Georgia.
Yep.
And then we have, is it the CGC, Cleveland Gaming Classic next?
So, no, Game On Expo is August 11th through 13th. So that's in Arizona, yep. And that is, if you know Gamester81, that is his convention. So I'm super, super, super excited. I'm excited for all these. I'm just like very excited because I wanted to go to that and support his event, and then he was one of the first YouTubers I ever watched, and always been one of the nicest guys to me. So, I know he puts everything he has in that event. He literally did a live like breaking down after the event last year. I was like, man, this guy's genuine. So looking
And
forward
it's
to
not that expensive
it's
either.
not. No, it's not. It's relatively cheap, and it seems like a pretty cool event. So then we have CGC September 22nd through the 24th. That is obviously in Cleveland. That's gonna be a cool one too. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm excited. I haven't been to Cleveland. The first time that I went to Ohio was for Korgs. So that was my first time ever in Ohio, and I loved it. I found tons of cool stuff, so I can't wait to see what that one has, because who knows, I might drive home with a whole car full of stuff.
Yeah, potentially. And it's a big event as well, really, really big event. So I have not spent really any time in Cleveland either, so it's gonna be a pretty new experience with me as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to that, and then I don't know yet. There's some other stuff we've been talking about convention wise with some other people, so it could always change. Like if there's anything that comes up in between these, which we'll update you on in one of these episodes. But then we have well, you won't be at either for Retro Game Con October 7th through the 8th, and that's what we've got marked down right now. So
yeah, I'm sure
any other
there's
stuff that
plenty
you'll
more.
be at by yourself that you know that's going on?
Not that I know of, I think at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean that's a pretty full list, of conventions. So we're looking forward to all these, and it's going to be awesome. BGS, I mean Todd is like putting a lot of work into that, so
yes,
super excited. Can't wait. Could be a lot of other cool people there as well.
Yep, the Tech Buzz said he's going to be I think it's CGC, and then he said I'll be in Pittsburgh too the week after. So he'll be all over too. So we're definitely going to run into him at a couple different ones. So.
Oh yeah, Stephanie said Game On in Arizona, Millennial Collector. Roll is see ya 2024. Yes, it will be cool. I'll be there. So yeah, we're definitely looking forward to that. That's awesome that Steven will be out there as well. So very cool. Great guy as well. So yeah, I mean, do you want to flip over to some news or?
Yeah, we could start some news, and if anyone has any questions for us, we're gonna go ahead and get those better advertised. This was just, jumping into this. We want to try this whole thing.
I mean, we didn't decide to do officially this until Sunday, so I think we're doing pretty dang on good.
Yeah, it was a long night of like 2-3 a.m. of thinking ideas.
We needed that because we haven't had that, so it was good. We were just like, get everything out. Let's just get it all out.
Let's just say it now. No holding back.
Yeah, what a night, man. What a night. Yeah. Speaking of which, that night, I do want to say we both almost died at a gas station. We thought we were done for.
We did.
Oh my god. Tell that story. Tell what happened to you.
Oh my gosh. So he runs into the gas station and to get like an energy drink or something.
Yeah.
And then I'm just still in the car because we went to go pick up food for everyone back at the house. So I'm sitting in the parking lot and I see someone approaching the car. Now, mind you, it's like late.
It's late. Yeah.
Probably like 11, midnight or something. And next thing you know, someone's coming over to the car. And I just, lock the doors. And I'm like, no, like not talking. Like, no. Nope. Guy proceeds to literally get right up on the window. Like, hey! And then I like crack the window. What you're not supposed to do. And he's inside the store.
Why would you do that, first of all?
He's inside the store, and he's like, the guy's like, hey, your man's inside. He said, you got all the money. You're the money bags. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then he's like, yeah, he said that you'll give me some money. And I was like, no, I don't carry cash. And then he just like, he starts going on. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? So he just gets all angry that I don't have cash to give him. Then he comes out and I'm like, book it, let's go. So we just like, we just jump out of there. We leave. It was wild.
Okay, so, all right. First of all, that's scary in its own, right? We got CGC in here. Hey, what's up, guys? It's saying I know some people here in chat. Tech Buzz said at Stephanie only until we get our pick first. She said that she wants to lure you in a cage with a game and leave you there while everyone else game hunts. Let's do it. Let's do it. We'll trap her in there with like a copy of, I don't know, something crazy on TurboGrafx or something. Magical
well,
Chase.
maybe that's what
We'll
that guy should have tried instead of asking for money.
So let me finish that. So I'm in there, and I'm the only person up at the counter, and like there's just like a guy standing behind me. He's like, "Hey, can you buy me beer and a cigar?" I was like, "Man, I don't have cash. Like, I can't." He's like, "Well, do you know anybody that will?" I'm like, "No, I don't." Apparently, he went straight out to you. But here's the other part. I don't think I told you. Somebody came back in with him and did it. I'm like, "What?"
Oh wow!
What? Yeah, somebody came back in because as I was leaving, she was up there paying for him. Like, what the? I don't know, but all I know is that if somebody came out to the car like that and it was dark like that, that might be even worse than having the guy. He's like 6'5" or something. I don't know, taller than me. Everything seems tall, and just standing over me, like right behind me, where I can't even see while I'm paying, and I'm scared to get my money out. I'm like holding the wallet with both hands, getting it out. Like this guy's gonna jack my wallet out of my hand. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is happening? I'm never come back to Maryland again. He was acting
like I was gonna pay for him and like give him all this money. He called me money bags and said that you or someone had said I had the money.
Your man says that you has the money bags, something like that.
Yeah, and I was like, what in the world is going on? I'm just trying to leave. We got food. Let's go.
People are wild. Let me tell you, people are wild. CGC said, I was at Origins and GDEX this past weekend, but too many games looked great. Yeah, man, I was watching some of the stuff that you had from Origins, and that looked like a good time as well. I haven't been to Origins. I'd love to go sometime. It's a lot more focused on, the board games and the card games and stuff like that. But they definitely did have some video game stuff, and that looked like a good time too. So it looks like you guys had a good time there as well. We got Tech Buzz saying, "Miss Wawa's. We don't have any near us." Welcome to Baltimore, Stephanie. GDEX looked great. I sent a bunch of people there, and then Tech Buzz said, "Finally good at Origins or GDEX." But yeah, that stuff for Origins, GDEX is really cool as well. So a couple big events that happened this past weekend. I saw another pretty large anime gaming convention. I think it was in Indiana. It was going on as well. So there's like events everywhere, conventions everywhere now, which is really cool to see that everybody has like the opportunity to be able to go. And I love to see when conventions like CGC and GDEX/Origins are all working together and supporting each other. I love that. There's nothing that makes me happier than seeing events do that. I mean, I just love it. Said, it was fun. CN never have enough games, whether tabletop video game or anything else. Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun. We're looking forward to coming out there. We appreciate you guys inviting us out as well. It's gonna be a good time.
I'm excited. That's the first time in that area.
Yeah, we're both super excited. She said, I'm going there. I'm not spending any money, not getting any displays. Brandi gets all the displays this time. Brandi gets any standee or any promotional stuff we find, and I'm just going to focus on Super Nintendo or something like that. I think you said something like that. You did. I think the other day you're like,
you said that. The guy that tried to take our money.
No, you did.
At the gas station? Is that what he said? Because it wasn't me.
Oh, it was okay. All right. Well, you don't remember. You were pretty tired the other night. You're like, yeah, I'm not buying any more promo stuff this year. You can have it.
I'm never spending another $1 on video games. I'm not going to spend $5 on video games anymore.
Wild. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna sell it all and I'm gonna collect stamps.
She's switching over to stamps. I think you should do stamps and coins. I feel like that would suit you very well. You've got enough there to coins. What's wrong with coin collecting? Are you just in the coin collecting community?
Yeah. I have some challenge coins up there of Mortal Kombat ones.
Live on air, just diss the coin collecting community. Absolutely no respect with her at all. Oh my gosh! All
If
credibility
I
from you
wanted
is gone.
money, if I wanted money and collected money, I would not buy video games. I would collect coins and money, but I don't want money, obviously. I want video games. So that is not something
This
that
is
I want.
vintage and retro money. Okay, it's not in production anymore.
Yeah, I have a
How
bunch of
dare
that.
you? Oh my goodness! Stamps. When's the last time you used a stamp?
Like every day.
Oh, you're wild. Get out of here. I haven't used a stamp in like 5 years. Get out.
You know, they have different ones for shipping international, and you have to pay more money than a regular domestic.
Actually,
You know,
I lied.
those
I
are all
did.
the more you know.
Oh, yeah, okay. She is a stamp. What method? Stamp whisperer. She's a stamp whisperer. So, if
Yeah.
you guys got any stamps, she is now trading video games, Dreamcast kiosks, Mortal Kombat 2 displays for stamps because it's smaller and easier to collect, and they can fit in a binder. So,
Yeah, you need a lot of stamps for those. You need a lot of stamps for those.
You better be having that like Queen Elizabeth stamps for that stuff. That's all I'm saying.
And special limited editions where they're like little penguins on them, and
limited to 50.
the holidays.
Yes. Do you remember when they would do like the promotional stamps where it was like the movies? Like I remember there was one for like Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man, and then like Michael Keaton's Batman had stamps, like actual stamps you could use. Do you remember that? You could go
I'm
to
sure.
like as a kid, my family would go there and you could like buy like the different stamps there to actually use. It's kind of cool. Man, now I want to collect stamps. Jeez. Gotta start collecting everything. Oh,
They'll have a convention. Too many stamps. Not enough envelopes.
What? What are you even talking about? All right, we are starting a convention called Too Many Stamps. We'll see how.
Not enough envelopes.
Let me tell you something funny. So at Korg's, I think I told you, but we went to go, or wait, not Korg's. Korg last year. I apologize. Korg last year went to go pick up Reggie, and I think Brett Weiss or whatever. So at the hotel they were at, there was a pin collection going on in the hotel lobby. Like
pins are cool though.
There was nobody in there. It was a convention with nobody there. Like there was nobody in the little lobby. It was like, I don't know, maybe double the size of like this bedroom. It was not big at all. It was literally labeled as a pin convention. I can't make this stuff up. I'm being serious too. Game Junction Podcast.
That's us.
What are we even doing?
Heard it here first.
What are we even doing?
The first and only episode. We'll have to get t-shirts made. Along with our Waffle House t-shirts that we need.
My watch, it asked it, what are we even doing? And Siri said, interesting question. I can't make this up.
Well, in other news, we do actually have some gaming related news. Yes. So if anyone has any questions or anything for us, okay, we have Steve Craig Retro Games popping in the chat.
Hey, what's up?
Thanks for stopping in.
Appreciate you.
Coming in at the craziest time, we were talking about collecting stamps and no longer video games. So, along to some news here. We actually have Among Us animated TV show in the works. CBS Studios is set to develop an animated series based on the popular video game Among Us. In partnership with Innersloth, the game studio behind Among Us, CBS Animation Productions, will produce the series. The upcoming animated series will follow the premise of the game, where the crew members discover that an alien shapeshifter has infiltrated their ranks, aiming to sow chaos, sabotage the spaceship, and eliminate everyone on board. The storyline revolves around the task of uncovering the imposter, or falling prey to its deadly intentions. Owen Dennis, known for his work on Cartoon Network Max series Infinity Train, will serve as the creator and executive producer of the project under his overall deal with CBS Studios. So,
interesting.
That actually sounds pretty interesting. I know some people that have played the game. I've played it briefly. I've mostly watched some people play it. I know it took off a lot when it first came out, and
Yeah.
you could play it on your phone and across different things.
That
So
was like the
that might be
first big
interesting.
like COVID game. Like it got real big early on there in COVID. That's how I heard about it.
Hmm.
But my daughter likes it. She likes to watch other people play it. She likes to watch videos of it on YouTube, like some of those weirdo YouTubers that do like the weird kid videos. She likes to watch those, so I know she'll really love this. This will be cool to watch
Yeah,
with her. So yeah, I'm excited about it. I think she'll like it, so I'm excited. Um, I don't know that it's held its popularity. Maybe that's why they're doing it. I don't know. Is it like pretty active still? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. By the way, CGC said they're making a limited edition stamp just for us. Yeah,
Sorry
Dad, out
about
to put
that.
the kids to bed, but we appreciate the stamps. Remember, guys, she is trading all the video games for all the stamps. So, thinking inside the box said, "I'd rather watch that awful foreign animation videos of the Among Us characters and other horror characters." Then Locke said, "Game Raymer is maxing out the mic."
Sorry.
Oh man. Uh,
Whoop.
Somebody said, oh, I think it was Stephanie said she played Among Us using the app on the phone in like 2020.
Yes.
Yeah, that's when I played. I remember it being like the first big. There was like a few games that like blew up during COVID, like some of those free games like
Mhm.
that, and that was the first big one that I remember. So
Yeah, I love like the sound effects and like the music of it. So I mean, you never know. It might be something I'll catch a little bit of. Don't know if I'll follow the whole thing or not, but
yeah, I mean, I'm sure that one. I'm sure it'll be a thing that like I'll watch an episode or two with the daughter or something. But yeah, I'm sure that fans are pretty excited about that. So that'd be cool.
yes. And speaking of some like phone games and things like that, we have Hello Kitty Island Adventure, a new cozy life sim, launches July 28th on Apple Arcade. Like Animal Crossing and Disney Dreamlight Valley, a new cozy build up and decorate an island game for you to get excited about. And you don't have to wait long to play it. If you love Hello Kitty, well, even better. Warner Brothers NetEase launch Harry Potter Magic Awaken video game as well. Players can learn magic spells and summon Harry Potter characters such as Hermione Granger and Rubius Hagrid as allies to aid in their battles. So along with the battles, you could download the game for free on your iOS and Android platforms from it looks like Tuesday, the company
Oh,
said. So those are like two more games that are coming out. You never know if one of those will be bigger than the other. Either Hello Kitty. I think the Harry Potter one might get some traction.
yeah, man. I wonder if this is gonna be like Hello Kitty Roller Cruiser or whatever on Wii U, that real expensive game. Man,
Yeah,
I
you never
love
know.
that game. I know you were saying before the podcast you were like really, really excited because you're like a big Hello Kitty fan. So I'm excited for you, and I'm excited to see if you enjoy this game. And
Okay.
you're gonna review it for us, right?
Yeah, apparently, because I'm the biggest Hello Kitty fan.
I bet you have a complete Wii U collection, so you obviously care, right?
I don't
You don't. Okay, do you have the Hello Kitty game, Roller Cruiser? It's like
know.
one of the most expensive games on the system. All
Don't
right,
have that one. I have
you
some Japanese the Hello Kitty Game Boy Pocket and Game Boy Advance
yeah,
like systems
yeah. I used to have that
from
that
Japan.
pink
Those are
one.
pretty cool.
Yeah, those are cool. Do you have the one with the flowers on the like release screen? It has like flowers or something on it, or maybe it's Hello Kitty's face, like around like the lens. I can't remember. I had
Maybe I
one
don't
that wasn't.
stare at it often. I'm not sure.
Oh, you don't stare at it often. Okay, so she don't look
Yeah.
at it often, but she's got it though.
It's somewhere.
She's got it somewhere. Steve Craig said, "Oh boy, I've been waiting for the new Hello Kitty game. Hello Kitty, they still make that? I want a He-Man or Thundercats game." Locke said, and then Ernesto, hello Brandi, fan from California. Nice to see you both.
Oh, hey, it's my buddy. Hey.
Thank you for joining us. Steve Craig said they have both. Okay, so both of those. I was right. So the one with the faces, the Hello Kitty
Okay.
faces, and then the flowers. Yeah, I had the flower.
Yeah,
one.
I wonder which one I have. But yeah, so there's the new Hello Kitty. I almost said Halo.
Halo Kitty. What the
Hello
heck?
Kitty.
Halo
It's like Hello
meets
Kitty, but
Hello
dressed up
Kitty.
as the Master Chief. Could you imagine?
Could you imagine?
What a wild game that would be. Just for anyone who needs to know.
Yeah, just a reminder for everybody. I've got a fly running around here. I haven't heard it in a minute, so I don't know what's going on. I'm scared that it might like attack me later or something. I don't do flies. I'm not a fly fan. So if you guys hear that's what happened. Anywho.
Terrible.
Steve said that could be a cool game. Yeah, man. Halo and Hello Kitty mashup, like collab. Let's go.
Hello Kitty together.
Halo X Hello Kitty. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. But anyway,
that would be an interesting one. I'd buy it.
The Harry Potter game. What type of game is it? Did you say? Did it say like the style of game?
It says Harry Potter Magic Awakened video game. You can learn magic spells, summon Harry Potter characters as allies for your battles.
Yeah,
so it's for iOS and Android platforms.
I used to play that Wizards Unite, but it was made by the same people that did Pokemon Go. So it was like Harry Potter. It was exact same. Yeah, I used to play it. I shut that down a few years ago. I love Harry Potter, but I have not played Hogwarts Legacy yet, which is kind of sacrilege considering I am a big fan. But I assume that maybe they're going to try to capitalize on the popularity of that game. So, I don't know. It'd be cool. I'm not a big mobile gamer. It's very hard for me to play mobile games. Like, tough. Like, I've got the Kaizo Pro or whatever it's called, like the actual like, controller grip, like a nice one. And then the PlayStation 1 as well. I bought both, really trying to get into it. And I just struggle with mobile gaming. I think it's getting the alerts. I think I'm so used to my phone being my work and like everything I do and like communication. So then it's like a weird feeling of, oh, I can't use my phone while I'm playing this. You know what I mean? So it's trapped inside your grips or however you play. So it's weird for me. Not a mobile gamer. I really tried with that new Street Fighter that came out on there, Street Fighter Duel. And I just couldn't do it. I love Street Fighter. I just couldn't do it. So it's got to really take something to capture me. And I will say this, though. There is a mobile game I put over 1,000 hours into, and this is over the course
Candy Crush.
No, but but I've played that, and I see the appeal. Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, and this was over the course of 4 years. You can still play it now, and it came out in, I want to say 2019, maybe? Or 2018, I'm sorry. It's been out for a long time. Maybe it was 2017. Anyway, I put a lot of hours over
one of the years.
20 years?
No, you said 2019. Maybe it was 2018.
I don't remember. I have a terrible memory.
Let's go for 2016.
Yeah, it was probably like 2009, but yeah, that game was really fun. That was the last mobile game I got into. I think maybe the only one I ever played to like that extent. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yes, Stephanie said she plays Candy Crush.
Do you play Echo too, though? Are you playing like the new Echo mobile game? Where you have to like save the planet, save the planet, you have to like recycle and stuff like that. And, like,
what are we
pick up like the pop can tabs out of the ocean so they don't get in sea turtles.
Captain Planet, but with Echo the Dolphin.
He's our hero. I love Captain Planet.
She's like, what? Now you got her confused. There is no mobile game.
Nah, actually,
there probably could be.
I can't remember. I think so. Sega did this mobile release of games, like a bunch of Genesis games. I think Echo was one of them they did on there. You'll have to check. Just type in Echo. But they definitely did Sonic 1, 2, like I think like Strider and Golden Axe and all those like classic Genesis games that you can play. They like remastered for mobile. She has to set up the mini Echo for me. The mini Echo. It's a Genesis.
Mini Genesis. She's like the mini Echo. At least she's spelling it right this time.
Does she know about Echo Jr.?
She doesn't know anything. We'll just let her have her moment.
All right.
With Echo.
All right. Stephanie, we love Echo too. We support you.
So, in other news, I saw somewhere that they were going to have $50 off the Xbox Series X Forza Horizon 5 console bundle. And then to compete with that, you were going to have $60 off the PS5 God of War console bundle.
Oh, nice.
So that's
well. I mean, if you want to grab
one of the first times, right? To see a
so $60 off the God of War and the what was the other one?
$50 for the Xbox Forza, and then $60 for the PS5.
Yeah, so I think that's like the first significant like direct sale from
that I
Xbox.
know.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, if you want to grab one, great system. It's like Game Pass is like the best value in modern gaming. Like if you want a large selection of like good games and like first party games, like man, I love Xbox. I think that even though we're collectors and we're not big into the digital stuff, like if you're talking about saving money or you just want to play a game to try it before you buy it, my lord, Game Pass is like literally the best value. So I recommend grabbing one. I think it's a great system. I love it. So that's cool to see.
Yeah, and then I know, still talking about dolphins and puzzle games. And...
Oh my goodness. Yeah, puzzle games too. Wordle, crossword. Man, she is like the ultimate gamer. She's like a gamer.
Yeah, like a true gamer.
like a tried and true gamer.
Yeah, like for real.
Love Stephanie.
Like, do you even game?
It's like legit. It's like grandma gaming. This is what it's like, giving me the grandma gaming vibes. Like, yeah, I play video games, and she's got her phone, just pulls out all these like weird
crossword puzzles every day.
Play like slots on her phone. There's like, I saw this thing. Speaking of which, not to go on another tangent.
I drink my coffee.
Drink my coffee in the morning and play
in the morning
Wordle.
Paper.
I saw on this website where they're talking about a problem with those slots games, like on mobile, and said that there's like over 700 different ones available that you can buy on the iOS store right now. They're all the same thing. They're just stupid slots. But a lot of those games have real gambling in them. Like there's some loophole or something they do for like legit gambling by buying like microtransactions and crap like that. I just want to know, what's the fun of gambling on your phone? You can't like touch a physical machine.
It's another like easy access way. Like if you can't go to, the casino or something and you have a problem, this is just them cashing in on.
Wild me. I don't gamble either. Like I've been to a casino a few times and it's cool. Like you go in with, like, hey, I got $30 I'm spending and that's it, and you're able to do that. More power to you. But even like just a few times I've went, like I just don't get into it much. So yeah, I don't know. It can be fun to go out with friends and like hang out and like you're not going in there with a problem or something, right?
Yeah, because there's entertainment. Usually they have like live bands, they have a stage, they have the radio shows there at times, the food.
Yeah.
Entertainment, watching people.
Yeah.
And you can win some things, but I like to spend my money on video games. So let's be real here. I don't want to spend it on gambling.
I mean, technically, that is video games, right? For some of them, because they're like all digital stuff and like they're like kind of video games, right? It's like you're kind of spending it on video games, so you can justify like, hey man, this is like going to video games. This is my video game.
Yeah, but that's like digital. Like you don't get it physically. I'm more of a physical.
Now
like,
we're talking like modern gaming. Now you're like, I don't buy digital games. Back in my day, you got an actual cartridge that you can put in a cartridge slot. I could put my disc inside the system and it would play. That's what we're going to sound like in like 20, 30 years.
That's what you already sound like now.
Oh, shit. Okay. I don't even know. She hits me with like these things that just throw me for a loop. I'm like, I don't even know what to say to that.
You're like the grumpy old man all the time.
You're such a butthole. If Stephanie says, I'm going to hit you with Brandi's camel. What's that say?
Cane.
I know Cane. Oh, I know I had to take my...
You're an old man. You can't even read my glasses
on. Literally, I'm reading this. It's all blurry, but here's the problem.
There's Nintendo tapes.
Hey, I'm calling to see if you got any Nintendo tapes. somebody has done that to me because that's how people talk around here. This is, you know what I mean? Like I'm in Southern Ohio, so that's how they talk, and they do call it. They what was it? Goodness, I think you were calling like they were like Super Nintendo games or something. They were calling them Atari cartridges, and like they're all mixed up around here. They couldn't tell you the difference with any of this stuff.
Or like your mom growing up, and she's like,
Everything's Nintendo.
"Yeah, I found this Nintendo controller."
Like, hey mom, that's not Nintendo, and you're embarrassing me. This
No,
is
Mom,
a
that's not
PlayStation.
Nintendo.
This has 3D games.
I found this Nintendo controller.
It's funny. Oh my goodness.
No.
Yeah, people are hilarious with that stuff. Said, okay, I'm the grandma here. Nintendo tapes. What else we got on the news tonight?
Yeah, so there are some more news. There's some drama.
boy.
So I briefly saw this. I didn't really get to do like a deep dive. So Starfield drama. Starfield's new exclusive partnership just made PC gamers angry. AMD's deal with Bethesda's open world RPG has PC gamers worried. DLSS is massively superior to FSR2, so I don't understand why Microsoft Bethesda would sign a deal that will lock DLSS out of Starfield. What's the point of spending $1,500 on a gaming PC versus just $500 on a console if you aren't getting every bell and whistle when it comes to a 1,000-planet spanning adventure like Starfield? So, I guess we'll have to see, a little bit more information on that. Like, are they going to make the game maybe not as good, or what?
Yeah, I mean, I generally think this is a business move for them to try to get you to buy the console. However, because Xbox owns Bethesda now, so that kind of makes sense. But at the same time, it does seem kind of counterintuitive because based on what Xbox has been doing, they're pushing it more as not a physical platform, but a platform to play. Because, I mean, there are TVs now. They're trying to do it with like all new TVs, sign deals, but there are TVs now you can play Game Pass on. So you pick up your controller and you can play it on the TV. You can play Game Pass on your phone, and they're like, pushing hard on that stuff. Like less of it being a physical console that you have to own, and more of it being like a Game Pass thing. So it seems like kind of counterintuitive with that, but I think generally it seems like they're pushing like, hey, you need to buy a console because DLSS is a pretty big deal. People are predicting that that's going to be what's used for whatever the Switch successor is. For a couple years, they thought the OLED Switch, before we knew what it actually was going to be like a Switch Pro with DLSS. Because, that's essentially like, it's hard to explain, and maybe I don't know completely the ins and outs, but it's like an AI AI thing that works with like FPS and all that stuff. So it basically auto adjusts like your frames per second and your resolution, so it can like sort of upgrade to 4K if that makes sense. And like an AI thing does that. But yeah, it's kind of like the future of all that stuff right now. So it is pretty weird that they decided to do that. I don't know. Strange.
Yeah, and then Steve Craig Retro Games is saying Starfield being digital only is enough to like really make people mad. Essentially,
yeah,
you get a steelbook with the collector's edition, but no game. So we've been seeing that with quite a few games anyway. So you'll spend all this money, get this cool steelbook, this cool collector's edition, and then it's just a download code. Like, where's the physical media? Collectors who buy collector's editions, they want the physical media.
Yeah, this is such a massive game that even if you buy the digital copy, you're not going to own it because there's going to be such massive updates to this game forever. Yeah. This is like Oblivion and Skyrim in space. That's exactly what it is. And it's like, it's going to be a game that gets updated for a long time. I'm sure it has a ton of bugs. It's Bethesda. Literally, they are known for their bugs and glitches in their games, and people buy them for that. Like, that's like a thing. You know how janky Skyrim and all those games are. So this is going to be a jank fest too, but people are going to appreciate that, I think. Yeah, even if you buy the physical, you're really not buying it physical. There's going to be a massive, massive day one patch for this game. It's got to be. And I'm not against that. Give me, if there's more time, over time things get updated and added to it, then so be it. But yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks.
Yep. No, I get that. And then we have thinking inside the box saying DLSS locked out question mark. I'm an Nvidia guy, so that's a bad thing to me.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, we'll have to follow along with that and kind of see where they're going.
Yeah, for sure. Ernesto
And
said,
then,
"What do you think about the new Toxic Crusaders game?" We talked about that earlier. I think we're both pretty excited, right?
Yes, so we got for him, I don't know if he was in here. We got the cool slime, those like little slime things that they were handing out at one of the bigger conventions or wherever it was. And then when we went to Too Many Games, they had more of it there. So they had a whole setup. So if you watch both of our videos on Game Junction and then a video that I'll release a little bit later, you'll see like the whole area that they had set up where you can actually play the game, and it's like very similar to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fighting game. At least like that's what the vibe and like the feel is. So I think it'll be fun when it comes out. I definitely want to get it. I don't know if they're doing any collector's editions or anything like that, but I would definitely be interested in getting that if they had some. Like if it came with a toy, like the whole Shredder's Revenge did. I mean, I haven't gotten that yet because I ordered it from Limited Run
I
Games
was waiting for you to say that.
Like 84 years ago, and I still haven't gotten it yet. So
I've got
one day.
No, that's the Cowabunga collection. No, I got the regular edition of Shredder's Revenge. That game was amazing. One of the few games that I beat last year. I had an absolute blast with it, so I'm looking forward to it. And Toxic Crusaders, to me, based on what I've seen, looks even better. Like it just looks
I love the bright colors of them.
Yeah.
I loved that as a kid. I had quite a few of those. Yep. Yeah, because he's even saying he saw that on a video, on a Too Many Games video. Yeah, they had it like right as soon as you walk in. They had like the whole playable demo. They had the little barrels. They had the standees of the characters, the little slimes, and we were all able to score some slimes. So that was definitely a fun time. That was the highlight.
She wanted to play with one of them, so I think you missed that earlier too. Just kidding. Yeah, no, it looks awesome. We got footage of that and everything. It looks like a great game. So
yeah, I want to collect all the slime, and I want to make a giant like one of the giant barrels of just slime.
Oh geez, now she's a slime collector. What the heck? You're gonna collect every slime you can find, every different type, mix them all together, and make the ultimate slime.
I'm gonna turn into a slime channel. So you know that like it's really like satisfying when you like watch a mix stuff in the mixer. I'm gonna sell off all of my video games, and I'm going to be like Gamer Aimer. It's gonna be like Slimer, like
Slimer. I don't know. We'll have to figure out the name. We'll work out the name later, but like Nickelodeon slime. It's gonna be better than Nickelodeon. This is gonna
better than Nickelodeon slime.
And she's been talking about potentially doing like a slime museum later. So we'll see like the history of all when slime first started, like what was slime?
Green slime and orange slime.
Slime from World War II.
I don't even know if that was thing.
I don't either, but we're gonna find out.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
Oh my goodness.
So last up in our news, we had the AEW Fight Forever game. So we heard some mixed things on it. We have not played it yet, but we've heard that some people did not like the create a wrestler mode. It just wasn't the best. During the Switch online, so like the Switch version, they had like freezing during the gameplay. There were tons of glitches. People said that it kind of felt rushed. But they said that it was similar to like the N64 days, like that kind of like style of wrestling. So I think that would be I'd be interested to try it.
Yeah, I definitely want to try it. I think talking earlier with Thomas that I feel the same way. Probably grabbing it at a deal when it's discounted and playing it then. 'Cause I'm not a big wrestling guy anymore. My like era was like the Attitude Era, and I like that stuff. But this one I thought was going to be, pretty cool. It looked interesting, and I love some of those 64 games. There's like 2 or 3 I think were really
Yeah, I
cool,
loved them.
and then there were some other like really really bad ones. But if it's like
WWF, No Mercy.
No
What were the
mercy.
other ones?
I'm trying to think. WrestleMania 2000. That was one of the bad ones, right? The black cart with the green text. Wasn't that one?
I had that. I enjoyed it. I'm sure
I
at
can't.
the time.
I can't
Playing
remember if
them.
that one. I don't know. There's a couple that are horrible, and then a couple that
There's
are
a couple
really
blue
fun.
cart ones.
Yeah.
There's some variant ones.
Yeah. What was the blue cart one? Was that that had Goldberg on it, right? The blue cart. I think it had Goldberg on it. If Thomas is in here, he can correct me. But yeah, anyway, a few of those are really fun, and to get some like retro style wrestling like from that sort of era, because we've gotten like the 8 or 16-bit like wrestling stuff like WrestleQuest and all of those. But I'd be interested to try it out for sure. So
yes, WWF Warzone was trash.
okay, yeah.
Millennial Collector Ohio was also saying those are the good ones. I guess the ones that we named, and then the old WWF days are gone, but I still have my LJN WWF rubber figures. That's awesome. Some of those are like hard to find.
And worth a lot of money,
yeah, there's a store near me. They actually make toys of the things that were never released. So they do dabble with some of those wrestlers. They actually create them. The one like they have legit molds and everything of the ones that were never released. We learned that last time I went into this like toy game store that's kind of near me, and they have like a whole studio and everything, and they make like some horror figures and things like that. I don't know like for what company or whatever, but I do know that they have some of those LJN wrestlers. Wow, so I'll have to get some footage of that next time I stop in there and kind of show.
We've got a lot of wrestling fans that follow and watch the channel and stuff. So yeah, that's and also seems to have came back a lot. There seems to be like a surge in popularity with wrestling again. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. I like Stone Cold. I like the Attitude Era. That's about it. And I really like him outside of the ring too. And I mean, we just shared a picture the other day of him holding up Tears of the Kingdom on his Switch. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Because I think he's a cool guy. But yeah, I would love to try it out. I think it's going to be at a discounted price, so for me personally.
Yes.
But do we have anything else that we want to mention or bring up? We do have your video that just dropped shortly before this, so everybody please go check that out. Our video. What was yours on?
That was on I'm a little bit I was a little bit ahead, so now I'm like I guess behind. That was on Awesome Con. So that was a convention that I went to in DC. So Washington DC. They have like 70,000 people or more that show up at this convention. It's 3 days long at the big convention center. There's multiple levels. You have to take elevators and escalators, and they have whole rooms of different things. They had Danny Trejo there. They had Elijah Wood. They had like all these like famous celebrities. People were lined up like just insane. They had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle voice actors. They had like all these like big anime characters and voice actors and storyboard artists and all kinds of stuff. So I did go there. I bought some Super Nintendo games, which didn't drop yet. I think that's going to maybe be Friday's video unless I do too many games before then. So yeah, that dropped. And then on Game Junction, we had our really fun video on Too Many Games. So if you guys missed that, make sure you guys check out that video. We're actually, pretty excited about that one because we were able to, film together in my game room and we had a good time. And plenty more content coming on both channels. Just trying to get it all sorted and edited and working on it. So
for sure. So we've got tomorrow's video on Game Junction, and then you've got a video coming on Friday, right?
Yeah, I have a video Friday, and then Game Junction has one Saturday. I have one Sunday and Monday.
Oh, nice. So content coming out the wazoo this week.
Yeah, I did a collab with Retro Wolf 88 when he came to my house. So on Sunday, we're having the video that he filmed of the reverse game room tour on his channel. And then I did like a little spin-off on that on my channel. So there's just, so many collabs,
Awesome.
so many great people, and we'll be seeing all of them at different video game conventions, upcoming events, and we can't wait. So we'll have to keep you guys all updated when we do these new podcasts. So this is like a whole new podcast extras. And then we have our Sunday podcasts every Sunday, live typically, and we have our special guests. So we have plenty more coming, and we're going to start doing these like internal podcasts where we talk about news and just different things that are
Stamps
going
and
on
pen
with
collections
what.
and slime.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
sewing
we
off
want it
all
to
of
be
our
like a sort of
plans and
free form open
you
podcast
know.
too. Just you know what I mean, just kind of not worried about staying on or somebody else's time and things like that. Because it can, you are taking somebody else's time. Sometimes, they're very busy people. So we're excited about this. I think we're gonna do this bi-weekly, so every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I think we're probably gonna shoot for the Wednesdays on that. We'll have to see. Let's see how things go with that. But yeah, we appreciate everybody hanging out. Awesome first episode. I think this was great. I had a lot of fun tonight. Lots of people in. Did we have any final comments we wanted to? I don't have it pulled up at
We
the
got
someone. Oh
I
no.
was Stephanie, so
We got what?
he's saying Stephanie that was funny about hitting him with the cane. So
Oh
look, we
boy.
got plenty of people that want to see you get hit with the cane.
Man, you guys are rude. Jeez.
And just so no one forgets, the fly was the winner of this episode, and Brandon did not get the fly, so he has a big 0. And from last week's podcast, we have Waffle House is number 1. So
Man, I'm telling you. The notes, killing it with the notes. But yeah, we appreciate everybody hanging out. Thank you so much. Again, we just had the video for Too Many Games drop yesterday. We've got more coming for that, like she just said, and definitely check out what she's got coming on her channel. There's tons this week, so we appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight, and we'll see you all for this particular podcast in a few weeks and Sunday for our next episode with the guest.
yes.
You guys have a great night. Again, thank you so much.